I've been working overtime like crazy, just to show you how I really
Welcome
feel.
to the pod. Man, I got a discussion to talk about today. I wasn't even going to talk about this. I was going to talk about business. I wanted to do business all week. But something came up. Had to come here with it. Oh, my man SB's in the house. What up, SB? Get ready to get started, man. I still haven't figured out what I'm going to do on this intro. This is the intro scene right now. For the intro scene, I'm probably going to have another camera. So I can have a live feed. I gotta do a live feed. Like, this is where I just get this shit ready.
Someday you will notice every little thing I do for you.
Beasley.
Like the time I went to buy you flowers.
I've known you for 20 plus years, man. How you expect me to call you
You said
Beasley?
your favorite
I've been calling you SB for 20 years, and all of a sudden, I gotta call you. I've been calling you SB for 20 years. I gotta call you Beasley now. You'll always be SB to me, bro. I know. I'll be right back.
I just wanna take another look at you, so our eyes can finally meet. I just wanna take another look at you. Maybe that's when you will see that I'm falling hopelessly in love with you, 'cause you're making me complete. I just wanna take another look at you. Will you let me? I just wanna take another look at you, so our eyes can finally meet. I just wanna take another look at you. Maybe that's when you will see that I'm falling hopelessly in love with you, 'cause you're making me complete.
All right, let's get
I just
started,
wanna
y'all.
take another look at you. Will you let me?
Man, I am at the house today. I had to set up a whole new setup. I do a podcast here at the house, but it's called Win Some, Lose Some. It's where I trade cryptocurrency and do some Forex stuff, and I record that for a podcast. I didn't even go into the office today. I was heading to the office, but I got a question, man. You know, and you see it in the title. Let me bring this over and see how we just get this stuff. Let's get some housekeeping going here. Welcome, everybody. Right now, if you guys use the chat, I got it live. You'll see it. Where's it at? Right here. You'll see it right in this box. This blue box right here. There we go. This blue box right here. You guys say something, it'll show up there. The cuter they are, the crazier they are. The better looking someone is, it seems to be, the more mentally unstable they are. Why is that? Can somebody explain that to me? And you know what? I don't think it's necessarily just women, right? I believe it's men as well. Although I think it's predominantly women. You know, this is a cliche that lands at the feet of women, but I think it also can be attributed to men. But you got to explain to me, why is it that the better looking someone is, the more they seem to be mentally unfit? Does it have something to do with the way they were raised? Does it have anything to do with the way they were brought up? Because, you know, from childhood, especially for young girls, they're told that they're princesses and they're beautiful and they're gorgeous and they're just pretty. They're pretty young girls, and that's just a pretty dress. And oh, I just love your hair. That's just so pretty. And they get this complex that they grow into. What's this chair making all this noise? Can you hear all this noise in this chair? Grow into this complex, man, that becomes problematic in relationships. You know, and oh, my man Shub is here. The volume's too loud, Shub? All right, hold on, let me we can do that. Let's see. All right, there we go. Brought it down. Crazy people. The better looking they are, the crazier they are. What is it? And is it something, does it have anything to do with the way they were brought up? Does it have anything to do with getting this, and then see what happens is when they go by, you know, let's use societal norms, right? We know what's good looking and what's not. We know a fine woman and one that's not so fine. You know, I don't want to use the U word, but there's some ugly motherfuckers out there. And there's some beautiful motherfuckers out there, some gorgeous women. And is it just me, or do a lot of the better looking they are, the more mentally you know what? Maybe it's something else. Maybe it's the ones that are available. Maybe it's the ones that are not taken by anybody, that come off like they are crazy because nobody would have them. Maybe the good looking, mentally stable are married. They're snatched up off the market at age 18, never to be available again. You know, but then if you're good looking and you flow through your 20s and you flow through your 30s and you're cruising up into your 40s and you're still single, it's not like you haven't been dating. Most of them has been serial daters. Maybe there's something mentally, you know, not right with those people. And this is for men too, right? Especially people that's never been married. Like no one ever, that's never been taken off the market, never in a long-term relationship, nothing over 5 years. You know, what's going on with that? And do they ever look into themselves to see if there's something wrong? Because if somebody tells them something about themselves, they seem to always fight. It's never them. It's never them. It's always somebody else. It's always, you know, they're the only thing right in a wrong world. The whole world is wrong and they're the only thing right. What's up with that? What's going on, Shoot? Man, what we say is so much attention is placed on their looks. Many are very shallow and superficial and don't acquire mental stability. Beasley, you should call in. You want to call in? Shoot, you should call in. Let me get you guys. Hey, you know what? Go to the link if you want to call in. You don't have to call in because I'll talk this shit all by myself. But I'd rather have a conversation. Go to the description and click that link that says callers.shannonrawls.com. Click that link and log on. I'll bring you on, man. Let's have a conversation about it. Hey, Lady Steele, you're a friend of Beasley. I've known Beasley since 1997, man. He's a good guy. He's a super good guy. Men deal with the fine, crazy chicks all the time. Sheesh. What my man Shoe say? The more of the cuter ones be flossing like things are going good, but in reality, they have most problems with keeping a man and fake as hell. Now, like I think, but you know what? What about the? You know, let's not just keep it on the women. Although I believe it's predominantly women. I think this is a men thing too. You know, I think. What about those good-looking brothers out there that's always problematic with women? You know, extremely egotistical, very controlling. Maybe they're narcissistic, vain. You know, what's the reason? What's up with them too? You know, what's going on? Why are good-looking people seem to be the most unstable? You know, you rarely ever find somebody that's not so good-looking that is crazy too. And the reason that they have problems is because people do, you know, from a man's standpoint, you know, ladies, men are visual. We want to find women. That's what we want. You know, let's see. Who we got? Oh, SB is here. Let's see what's happening. Let's bring him up.
Splitter that you use.
SB,
That's the software. Yeah, what's happening?
what's up, man?
You got it. I haven't talked to you in a while. I was hoping that Barzini could be on, man. But I guess he's not
I'll hit
around.
him. I'll hit him. Let me hit him up.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I saw it. Yeah, no, it's just I just did a show on this on YouTube about just how crazy these women are. I mean,
Well,
crazy.
what was the show about?
I thought the title was something like, are all these are all these women on YouTube crazy, or is it just me? And it was mostly, because here's what happened. First off, I go on these panels a lot, right?
Okay.
There's panels on all these different shows. I've been doing it for some years now.
Okay.
Kind of well known. Trolling at first, and now I'm a personality. And I go from all kinds. At any rate, but they will get on a panel and say, shut the fuck up. I'm like, whoa, slow down. Or be quiet, you don't know. I was like, I'm not your dog. You can't talk to me like that. There's a lot of guys that go for it. But I'm like, I got a real peeve against like control freak women,
Yeah.
that just want to rearrange and control things. I'm the kind of guy that's like, had my shit together when I was younger, man. Even whatever ups and downs I've had, I kind of
Right.
I'm confident. I know how to do things, So I don't need to be. I don't need to be coached,
Right.
And I don't really like to be questioned. I trust my judgment. So a control freak woman. I've got a niece who's a complete control freak, and I'm like, that shit. Go ahead.
What do you think it is though? Do you think it's rooted in their education? Do you think it's rooted in I think I can't think of the word. I know misogyny is a hatred for women, but I know there's an opposite for men. Do you think it is they have some sort of disdain for men that they do that? Like where's that rooted out of?
Well, a lot of women have disdain for men. They talk about this on YouTube in the area called the manosphere. And you might appreciate some of the conversations or intellectual conversations, but what they speak of is the gynocracy. And what the gynocracy is the rule of the black family. The black woman is the dominant figure in the black community. And even more so now, just because the way black men have been held back, black women have been able to slip through the cracks. Even look now, you see more black women politicians in power, and they really, and most people that stay married, you see guys, if you've got friends now, you're older, friends that might have been married 25 years, 20 years, they don't, in order to keep the peace, they're not giving her a lot of flack. She's making the decisions. The majority of the time,
like just bowing down, just kowtowing to whatever
in order to keep, yeah, because you know what, and I get it, but I just have never been able to do it. But I get to see why people do it. But in black families, in the black community, the black woman's the dominant figure, and there are a whole lot of fuck ups with black men. And
what do you
women
mean?
go.
Wait. What do you mean by that? Unpack that. So there's not a lot of fuck ups with black men, or wait, say that again.
There are. There's a pathology. There's dudes that in and out of jail, fuck up, live off women, whatever the fuck, drug addicts, problems. And those of us that are not in that category, we don't get any recognition. But they talk about it. In fact, there's PhDs now on YouTube that are doing podcasts talking about the gynocracy, and it empowers them when they're really not. And this might sound a little bit sexist, but they're really not built to lead because they rely on their feelings. And
them pesky feelings.
We have feelings, but
everybody does.
Right, but we know. Listen now, and think about your life, because it applies to me. When you've made decisions based on your feelings, it usually turns out to be a mistake. When you follow your head and not your heart, you're generally making a more sound decision.
Right.
It might be a more difficult path, but a path to follow. But no, it's because of the democracy. Black men are frowned upon and put down all over the place. It's feminized in the media, and these women have taken charge. And feminism plays a part too. So
Right.
it's feminism plays a part where, I mean, women, ever since you've grown up, women have been able to go to school and get jobs, and there's a lot of them
Hmm.
that do pretty well for themselves. So they think they don't need a man, or they say they don't need a man, but they really want a man. They really want a
Right.
man.
Yeah, man.
So
Well, I believe they all. See, that's the thing. I believe they all want a man. What up, Crossroads? Crossroads is.
right.
I'm not sure if that's. Crossroads is a pair of my closest inner circle friends, Andrea and Jason Barzini. I'm not sure which one that is because they both have access to the account. That might be Andrea.
Hmm.
I hit up
I know.
Barzini, but he's sick today, so he said he couldn't come on
Okay.
live.
I know
But
Andrea.
yeah, man. Yeah, we
It's not a simple thing. It's
that
all of
but
those things.
that emotion drives a lot of women's decisions. And maybe because maybe there's a lot of pressure on good looking women, just from a societal standpoint. You're beautiful, they get catcalled everywhere they go, they fine. They have to weed out the men that just want to fuck, and doesn't want them for them, and just want to have sex with them. And then maybe that can over time drive a person crazy, or give them a sense of instability or something. I'm not sure, SB, but I know that it plays a part in a relationship, man, because no matter how I've dated good looking women, I'm talking like 8, 9, 10, right? That's really all I date anyway. And with that comes a level of discernment that I have to use for their personality, because it's like, damn, I find myself having to walk on eggshells sometimes with just the things that I'm saying, even though they're normal. I could say this to like somebody normal, or I could say this to a guy and it's no big deal. But when it comes to some of these women, it's like, yo, you can't, it's a real bad situation oftentimes when it comes to the beauty side. But the flip side of that is, we still want beauty. So which one do you
I
deal
know.
with? Do you deal with crazy and beautiful, or do you deal with stable and not so pretty? It's a tough.
I'm a little older now. Shucks. I know you when you were 25. I was in my 30s. I think I'm 10 years older than you exactly. So
I'm
you must be.
48 today. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, today's your birthday. No,
No,
your
no, no,
birthday.
not today.
Your birthday's June
Yeah.
9th.
Yeah. Damn. You know my birthday. Your
I'm
memory
just
is
smart.
fucking like an
I'm just.
elephant, man.
Yeah,
You've
I'm
always
just
been
smart.
like that.
I'm just smart like that. I just remember
Yeah,
your birthday.
man.
Yeah, but no, I'm 10 years older than you, so now I'm at a different stage. You know what? If I'm single the rest of the period, that's cool. I have friends. I'm not as in great a shape as you. Your sex drive dwindles, and then you get to think of what you. It just you're not. It's the truth. It's going to happen with everybody.
Yeah,
At
yeah,
58, you're not. It's not who you are when you were 28, when you're horny all the damn time, and
yeah.
they become less and less important, man. Besides as friends, and
And
even as
what becomes more important to, okay, from a man standpoint, and what do I have to look forward to, SB, in the next 10 years? What is going to become more important to me because I'm single now? What is going to be more important to me in a woman than anything?
man, someone like you need someone that's compatible, that can keep up with you, that's going to be as driven as you are to succeed in business and make things happen. Or if not, you're going to need a homekeeper that takes care of everything and is reassuring, comfortable, and gives you massages and scalp massages and tells you how great you are all the time when you have a
I
rough
think
day and
that's
when
the
you're
one I
feeling
want,
down.
SB.
And that might
I,
be it, because it's going to be hard to find someone that's going to be able to keep up with you or me, just as far as being driven and getting shit done,
that's what I
and
think I
getting shit
want,
done.
man. Because I got the business, the empire's covered. The business is
Right.
covered. I've tried that. I've tried the whole mixing the relationship with the business. That didn't work. I tried it 2 times. I'm not doing that again. Now I got everything in place, that the business is set up. It's turnkey. I got that under control. I have some awesome staff members that's helping with that. I do not need
A business partner.
a business partner. So what I'm thinking I'm needing at this stage is a woman that
A,
brings me
a nurturer.
peace.
A
I need
nurturer.
some peace, man. And every time I search for peace and I look for somebody to bring me some peace, it's turbulent air. It's just turbulence. I want smooth sailing, man. I want to be in the smooth skies. I don't want the rough, turbulent takeoff of an airplane. I want the smooth side of it.
Yeah,
Tough
well,
to find, man.
you just gotta vet. And have you considered looking outside of your race?
I don't. Well, okay. Well, I have. Of course, I've considered it, but I love sisters, man. I love black women. Every time when I think about being with somebody or having a conversation with somebody or
Right.
just laying up, I just love my black women. It just so.
Have you
I've never even
considered?
had. You know, I've never had sex with a white woman. I've never had sex with a white woman in my life, and I've had lots of sex.
I find that hard to believe, man.
It's true. It's true.
The notches in your belt are legendary, nigga.
All
I'm not
women
mad
of color.
at you. Hold on
All
a
women of
second.
color. Sexual intercourse. I've never had with a white woman.
Hold on.
I'm
Let me
gonna
take this.
leave it at that.
What about that Never mind. I guess let me take this call. One second.
No, take the call. Shuby,
Yeah,
hey,
okay.
Shuby, you on? Hey, Shuby, jump on the call, man. Can you make it? I know you're probably out there saving lives. You could probably, but if you can, just jump on the call. Just hit the link in the description. It'll bring you right in. And Jay, you already got the link. You should come on the live if you can. I know you're sick, but your Twitter fingers is working, man. You can talk to us. You ain't even got to come on the camera. You see how SB is. I can have you the same way. Or you can put the camera down. Just make sure the mic is up, and I can hear you that way. Yeah, man. Can't keep repeating the same thing, expecting a different result. But a lot of times, you know, there's that. But Shuby, you know, there's that representative, man. You know, them damn representatives, boy, they good. They put on a good show. They'll show up prim and proper. They'll make you think that this person is great and they're motivating and they're compromising. You know, I like fit, friendly, fine, and feminine. Fit, friendly. No, I'm sorry. That's not my F's. What's my F's? Let me tell you my F's, bro. I wrote them down. Hold on. I got all kind of shit popping up. We're gonna close that. Fit, feminine, friendly, and faithful. Fit, feminine, friendly, and faithful. Fit, the woman I want. Fit, feminine, friendly, and faithful. Friendly and faithful. Those are tough. Fit, we find them all day. Friendly, everybody's nice. They smile. But friendly, that's that instability part. That's that mentality part. The friendly side is the tough one. You know, faithful, especially the finer they are, the less faithful they can sometimes be. And this is for men as well. But ladies, if you'd like to call in, I'd like to hear your points of views as well. Friendly is hard to find. Claudia said I need to change my F's because friendly is hard to find. Yes, that's the nature of the show today, Claude. Friendly women, friendly men, but I don't date men. I date women, so I'm speaking from a man's point of view, mine in particular. Friendly women, just be friendly and bring me some peace. That'd be great. You know what I'm saying? I want you to be unselfish and collaborative as well. Unselfish and collaborative. But you guys are calling the wrong number. Don't call my number. Call the number on the show. All you got to do is hit the link in the description. I forget what it's called, man. What did I call that shit? Let's go find it. Let me run over to YouTube real quick so I can say it. Some people just need to hear it. Let's go to YouTube. Crazier they are. Guests. That's it. Guests.shannonrawls.com. If you just go to guests.shannonrawls.com, you'll be able to come on the live. You'll go to the green room and you know, it's been some people that came in. I don't know them, so I don't want them on the show. But if I recognize you, then I'll let you on the show. So yeah, man. Thanks, Abe. I appreciate you, bro. You know, this is our second episode. The first episode was yesterday, and I don't normally shoot the the Shut the Fuck Up and Listen episodes here at my house. I usually shoot them at my studio downtown Los Angeles, but I just had to jump on live. I'm not even going into the office today. I feel like going over on Crenshaw, getting some Earl's Grill because I'm hungry. I'm gonna get that salmon burger, probably a vegan link, and an old school coffee cake. I know if you guys have, some of y'all not old enough to understand the poetry of the coffee cake from the Los Angeles Unified School District. We call them old school coffee cakes. Used to eat those in the 80s, man. They still sell them. Some people still make them. You can get them at Earl's Grill over on Crenshaw Boulevard. Lovely, lovely, lovely coffee cake. But I appreciate having you, Abe. Thanks for subscribing, bro. Thanks for sharing. I appreciate you. I'll try to grow the channel. Shuby, you said it won't let you in. Shub, hit guest. Just go to Safari, then type in guests with an S .shannonrawls.com, and it should.
He's on his phone. Everything with YouTube work. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you loud and clear. SB.
Okay, everything with YouTube works better with Google Chrome.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. No, this is not YouTube. It's my software. Okay. So it doesn't matter whether it's Safari or Chrome. Either one of them will work. But give it a shot. Shoot.
What do you mean it's not YouTube? So you're using your own?
Yeah, I'm simulcasting this. This is live on Facebook page, Facebook profile. It's live on Twitter. It's live on YouTube, and it's live on LinkedIn. All 5 sites at the same time.
So you know how to do all this stuff, man.
Yeah. Like right now, you probably don't see the comments coming from Shuby Edwards. He's talking to me on Facebook. So is Claudius. You probably only see yours and Lady Steele and probably Abe's, but you don't see the other people. See, I got it all aggregated into one, so I see everybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I see it on the screen here, but the print's so small. I have to put my glasses on. My reading glasses.
Look, everybody's here. The gang's all here. Shit.
Okay.
Let's see.
From Facebook.
Now we about. Yeah. Let me see if we can get this working. So, Shuby do.
Hey, kill the camera if you can.
No, just flip it around.
That's the guy you used to go to.
That's my guy, Shub.
He used to go to the movies with you when you guys used to go to the movies.
Shuby. He started the movie thing. What up, Jay?
Okay, all right.
What up? Can you hear me?
Jason's sick. Yeah, I can hear you. We can hear you. We can hear everybody. Everybody should be live.
What's going on, Berzini?
What's going on with him, man?
Oh man, you're all right. Yeah, it's your man SB, man. You know you're right.
No, they're not working.
Man, look,
I don't know why Shannon would let me do that.
I'm not sure. I don't do the third floor like that anymore.
He just let me loose on his friends.
The tech.
Look, them was good times. I swear to God. Sometimes I was really mad though.
No, how did you figure out who I was, Shannon? You tracked my cookies or something? You're like, I know who you are. When I first started coming on Peso, tearing stuff up.
Oh, I can't tell y'all. I used to track you, man. I've been tracking you for 20 years. You know what? You got a troll pattern. You got a troll pattern, so you could tell sometimes when you trolling SB.
That was before the term troll even existed.
Mm-hmm.
I guess crazy. You just figured it out.
Kazo was Facebook before Facebook.
Yeah, man. You definitely had an idea. That thing was. I did that every day for 10 years.
There it is. Okay. See, I'm trying to figure. I'm learning the software, man. I knew I could do a screen, so I got you guys.
Good. But you know what? It's not just the beautiful ones, Shannon. They're all crazy.
Nah, man. I mean, listen, everybody, there's a little bit of crazy in every human being. I get that. But, bro, what I'm speaking on, I'm trying to figure out how to.
Well, maybe crazy isn't the right word. Here's what I read yesterday, too. So there's this guy, he's on YouTube, and they found out he's stepping out on his wife. All these women start attacking him, and they're livid. Okay, they're like furious, like he did something to them. And I'm like, I don't get it. Why are you guys so mad at him for cheating on his wife when it has absolutely nothing to do to you? And none of them could tell me why.
You talk about Derek Jackson?
No, but no, that's a bigger thing. But
Mhm.
women are probably furious with him too. You know,
Oh,
probably furious with
everybody!
him.
I did a whole show on him.
Yeah, yeah,
So
he's one of
so
these.
No, that's
Jay,
crazy.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
so Jay, tell me, man, what is it? What's going on with the finer the women are, the finer the people are? I'm saying people because I'm trying to be politically correct, but because you know it's some crazy dudes out there. But I like me, I don't think I'm crazy, but I don't think I'm all that good looking either, right? But you got some, you know, I see some niggas that's in the gym, they got
Hmm.
perfect chiseled bodies and all that shit. I could tell them niggas is crazy, you know.
Right.
But then when it from the perspective of you to when it comes to women, tell
Hmm.
me why, or do you believe, first, let me ask your opinion on this. Do you believe the better looking the women are, the more difficult they are to deal with from a personality standpoint?
You know, I can't say that that's true because my experience has been different. Now, generally speaking, from what I observe, I'll say yes. My personal experience, not so much, but because I'm a little bit more stringent in my screening process. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
for me, it was easier. Like okay, in my 20s when I started fucking and everything, I was Barzini. You know what I'm saying? So it was getting thrown at me. So it because you know of the popularity and everything else. So I really didn't have to do much. So the personality thing wasn't a problem for me. You know what I'm saying? Um, because they was coming at me. Now as I got older and it's like, okay, I want companionship, I want relationship and stuff like that.
Right,
It was a
right.
bit different because I'm like, all right, I gotta look past just how you look. You know what I mean? Because I want more from you than just some ass. So that
But
became
Jay, when's the last? But you have when's the last time you've been in a relationship? When's
seven
the last
years.
time you've been off the market?
7 years.
So you've been smashing for 7 years.
Not even that. I had to detox from that crazy ass relationship. Cause that
Was
cause
she
she was
fine?
crazy.
Was she fine?
Yeah, she was fine as
Okay, and
hell.
she was crazy. So
Yeah,
what do you
but
talk about
that
your
yeah,
experience? Your experience is exactly what I'm talking about.
right. But I think there's different crazy. She was crazy because of her experiences and insecurity and everything else. But I think the general sense of crazy comes from this entitlement because you got all these dudes trying to get at these women, or vice versa. So when you have
I
this
think
sense of
I
entitlement,
think that's
like
true.
this is how you should be behaving if you trying to get at me. And you should require nothing of me because look at how I look.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Ooh,
Like you should be
Hey,
honored.
can y'all hear me?
yeah, we can hear you,
Yeah,
Shuby. So wait, Jay, you saying that some women, because they're beautiful, they feel that men should just be happy with the fact that they're with a beautiful woman and they don't require anything else of them?
absolutely. Because look at the dating construct, right? Let's start from the beginning. From the moment you see her, the expectation is that the man needs to approach her. You need to come up to me and talk, right? Then you got to figure out, oh, am I supposed to buy her a drink? Am I supposed to stay here and talk to her, or just like get in and get out? You're supposed to call her first. You're supposed to invite her out on a date. You're supposed to pay for the date. You're supposed to open doors and pull out chairs. You're supposed to, at some point, want to do this exclusively, all while she's screening other dudes to figure out which one she want to be with, right? And so then if
Or
she
or
choose
or
you, now
or
you're supposed to do this
or
this
or she
exclusive thing,
or while
you
you're
know?
courting, excuse me,
Yeah,
while you're courting and playing that role, you got somebody that she's sleeping with on a regular that calls her at 2 o'clock in the morning and she rushes over there.
and that shit happened to me, to be honest.
Happens
So
to
not my
everybody.
last relationship, but the trick, not the trick, the chick that I was dealing with before her, right? Chasing her, fine, right? Had a little
Right.
downtown loft and shit, living a little downtown life. So while I'm chasing her, I had to, took a trip to Texas, for my step pop's birthday, and I was getting a
Right.
little closer and everything else. So she called me, she was on the little party scene. So her and her cousin wanted to go to a Kappa party. It was a BQ party, as a matter of fact. I was
Right.
like, what? I was like, hey, say no more. Let me make a call real quick. So I called brothers from BQ. I was like, hey, my girl gonna come up there. Need y'all to take care of her. You know what I'm saying? VIP treatment. Like, don't stand in the line, everything else. So she called me up like, oh my God, who are you? Like, I was like, I told you I was kind of a big deal. You didn't believe me, right? So
Right.
when I get back, she kind of like falling for a nigga, but I hadn't smashed yet. So we start talking about sex. So she asked me, when's the last time you had sex? I'm lying. I said some months back and shit. you know, I asked her, I'm like,
Last
when's the last
week.
time you had sex? She said Sunday. Nigga, it was Tuesday. I'm like, what the fuck? So That means you went to a
She told
party.
you the truth.
This was after the party that I sent you to, because you said Sunday morning. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, I was heated, but we wasn't together, so I couldn't be too. I was like, nah, you gotta shut that shit down, because I ain't about to be dating you, taking you out, breaking bread, and this nigga get the call. You know what I'm saying? Because you getting all turned on the date. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
everything else. But she was like, well, I'm having sex with somebody else because I like you, and that shit made sense to her. Like, I like you, so I don't want to have sex with you. Like, he means nothing to me,
That's
so I
stupid.
fuck him.
That's stupid.
What the fuck? Yeah. So
You
I
know
was
what
like,
someone
nah,
told
you
me
gotta set that
before?
shit down.
You
Shoot,
catch
shoot.
him in a lie. You catch him in a lie, and I was like, you know that you ain't gotta lie. Why are you lying? I like you. That's why I lie to you.
Hmm.
So how. So y'all know how I squashed that stuff a long time ago.
Oh, with the with the Dutch, you the whole the Dutch.
Yes, sir.
All right, shoot.
Shooty Dutch, baby.
Tell everybody the Dutch philosophy.
The Dutch philosophy is you pay your way, I pay my way, because I don't want you thinking that you owe me anything at any time of the day of the day. So if you
Hmm.
can't even buy, well, I say treat me like one of your homegirls, because when y'all go out, you slinging money all over the table. You know what I'm saying? So do the same when you meet me.
Mm,
Right.
Spend on yourself as I spend on myself, and then we get to know each other. No one has to lose anything.
Yeah, because that's
so
that
so,
So,
expectation,
but
that
what happens after
entitlement.
you get them?
oh,
What happens after you get them? Shoot. Tell them the story we were talking about a little bit earlier. I want you to finish that story too, because you got a partner.
okay. So yeah, I got a buddy of mine, and we was talking on the phone, Jay, and that's B.
Hmm.
So he was like, he tired of this chick because she's a cutie and arm candy, but she don't cook, she don't clean, she don't do anything. She don't have a job. She don't have nothing. Borrows his other
Oh
car
hell
to
no.
run errands and everything. She be at his house chilling. He said she was butt naked on the bed, and when he got home, she wasn't even feeling having sex with the guy. And I said, what? I said, yo, she can't even make you a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, let alone have the house clean when you come home from work when she's not working or anything. They just went to Mexico, they went to Texas, and they went to Vegas. He's spending all this
Hmm.
cash on this chick, and she's not giving anything back. It's a waste of time. We too old to be playing these games just because some chick thinks she fine as I don't know what. We need to stop thinking that they as fine as they don't know what. You know what I'm saying? And
Come
start
Hmm.
on,
treating
man.
ourselves to the same mentality that they have. Like, yo, I'm just as good as you. If you don't want to do, kick it with me, or you have your own, f you too.
But
You know
see,
what I'm
that's
saying?
the thing that I tell women. Like, I'm like, I don't care how fine you are. Your expectation, like after everything that I
Right.
just explained, you got this expectation of one day you require me to get down on one knee and ask your permission to take care of you for the rest of your life, and I'm supposed to
Please,
somehow prove myself worthy of that. You know
please,
Right.
what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
Like, not
please
the
let me
other way
take care of you
around.
for the rest of your life and be at your beck and call and fulfill your every need
Right.
and pay all your bills and do everything
And
for you
so, right. And the
You know
crazy
why
part
men?
is,
maybe you'll give me some pussy. Maybe
the crazy
you
part is I
might give me
ask
some.
women all the time, like with the dating and everything else. I was like, what is the ROI from men in dating? Like, what's the return? Because we're always told that these are the things we have to do and expect nothing in return. Like, don't expect sex from me. Don't expect me to cook for you. Don't expect anything. Like, I owe you
Especially
all of
today.
this shit. Right. And
When's the
so,
last time you dated a woman that cooked for you? That cooked for
the
you,
last one I was
laid out,
the last one I was
laid
dealing
out.
with.
That's 7 years ago.
Well, that
They don't.
No, 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 no,
last
no, no. I'm talking
person.
about that I was dealing with. Like, we weren't in a relationship
Oh, you
though.
was dealing with.
Now
Oh,
it's
okay.
Yeah, it's women out here that
Cause
will, but that's usually after they done being about the
are
streets
they
and shit like that though.
are they fine?
Yeah, I don't deal with nobody that on a regular basis. That's not fine. Like, if you average or below, that's a one off.
But Jay,
It's like,
we can't keep continuing doing the same thing expecting a different result. You know what I'm
absolutely.
saying?
You
So the question was for you, when was the last time someone cooked for you. So I'm gonna use that question to me. The last person who cooked for me became my wife. You know what I'm saying? We're going
Mm-hmm.
on what, almost 6 years now. Now I've dated women that's better looking than her caliber right now. But
Mhm.
let me tell you, my wife is a cutie. She has a great heart. She has a nice physique that I like. She take
Mhm.
care of me. I take care of her. You know, if I
But
say, hey, let me borrow this or whatever, it's not even a question of anything or whatever she needs from me. It's she brings me happiness on the happiness of our that I've already had acquired. She doesn't take
Mm-hmm.
away or minus anything from me. And if I was
And that,
involved myself, if I was still single, I would not put up for anyone. I don't care how fine they are, if they minusing something away from my plus. You understand what I'm saying?
and
right.
Like you
that's
mhm,
paramount. That's paramount. I'm 100
right.
with you on that. You know what I'm
And
saying?
that's why
Like,
she got the ring.
right. But and I explain. I got a gang of homegirls that's always calling me up for advice, right? Like, cause
Mhm,
I don't lie to them. You know what I'm saying? But I'm always telling them it's like relationships now are two people getting together and handing over a list of shit you can no longer do, or it's gonna upset me. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
I'm like, and so when people ask me like what am I looking for, I'm like, dude, I need somebody who gives me the space to be who I am. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Like, shoot, you know I don't bite my
Exactly.
tongue. I'm gonna give it to you 100. Like, this is who I am. You fuck with it or you don't. I don't need
Bars
someone
raw,
that's
baby.
insecure. Yeah, so it's like when I'm around other women, yeah, I'm gonna
Hmm.
command attention. I'm When I walk in
Right.
a room, I'm gonna command attention. You got to be secure in yourself to understand that my attention is going to you, though. You see what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
And if
Right.
But
you
see,
Right.
you
if
you
you
know what's funny?
understand that,
What's funny is that the way Shub described his wife, his current
hmm
wife, he said to the question of when's the last time a woman laid out a meal and cooked for you, he
hmm
said, I married her.
yeah,
And she has the looks, she has everything. She's not no Beyonce, but she's fine. She got the body. He enjoys being with her and all of that. And the thing is, and that's what I started this show off with. I was saying,
Love it.
I think what's happening is the fine ones that aren't crazy are all taken up. Y'all didn't
yeah,
marry
Yeah.
them all. They all married up.
yeah.
And so
Especially
I'm
out here
because
where I'm at.
Hey,
and
but some
you're
of them
where
crazy
in
ones
Texas.
married up too.
Yeah, I'm in
Right.
Houston.
I was thinking that they're making somebody miserable, man.
Come on, man. You making it seem like
They
it's
got
no
they
hope,
got they got
SB.
they
There's
got
no
these
hope.
they got these. I never thought about marriage like you did. When I came up, my folks split, and all of my
you
friends, their folks split, and I would hear them talk when I was a little boy, when I was like 9, 10, 11 years old, and I would hear people fight, but I'd hear them talk. My mother had a friend. I'll be quick. My mother had a friend. The guy was cheating on her and everything. She put him out of the house, and he's supporting everything. The sons, the whole, he's supporting the household. He lived in an apartment, and she moved a boyfriend in, a younger dude who was, in there with the man's kid, and he had to pay for everything. I was like, wow,
Mhm.
that's what happens to you. That's what can happen to you if you get married. So
hmm
everything I work for, and all that I get a chance, I get to accumulate and keep. And because you're around, you get to have a cut of it, no matter how little you participated in acquiring it. And that just doesn't seem like a good deal. Why would
But
I
see,
have to need a? No, no, let me finish
but
real
that's
quick.
okay.
Why
Yeah. So
why would I need a
if
ring
we
and a
being
piece of? Go ahead.
if we being fair though to the ladies, because we getting on the women, ladies do operate out of entitlement, where dudes tend to operate out of trauma. This is the way we operate. To your point, is because we're not trying to repeat the same shit that we saw. You know what I'm saying? Like for me,
Mhm.
my dating stuff was I'm trying not to repeat the shit I watched my pops go through, which was some
Right.
bullshit. So all this shit that women talk about men do, I've seen from women. You know what I'm saying? And I had to tell this one
I
shit one
got
time.
disconnected.
Someone told me that I hate. Someone said that I hate black women. I was like, no. I was like, but guess what? If I did, I have every right to, because every trauma that I've ever experienced came at the hands of a black woman. But you can't deal with that conversation. You don't want to
Hey,
deal with.
Jason,
You know what I'm
Jason,
saying?
unpack that statement though. When you say that most of the things that women complain about you've seen
Mhm.
come from women themselves.
Yeah.
So
Infidelity.
are they
What we
just
talk about?
projecting? Or in your experience, that you've seen a lot of women projecting?
Yeah, because accountability is tough, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I think all of us on this call have experienced a lack of accountability from women. It's hard for them. Everything has to be the dude's fault. Yeah, we gotta. There's enough shit that we do that's going around, but we hear about the shit we do all the time. It's not new to us. It's like okay, yeah, we gotta address that shit, but we can't do that shit without also addressing you because it's twofold, right?
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes the thing that you need from us is contingent on something that we also need from you to facilitate that. It can't just be like I was talking to someone we all know. Um, I won't name her name, but my best friend, and she
Mm-hmm.
was she was getting on her dude about something, and so he started
Mm-hmm.
bringing up something about her, and she was like, she was mad. So we on the phone. She was like, "You don't get to bring up stuff about me when I'm telling you about you," and I was like, "But that's not right." I was like, just because you started the conversation doesn't mean you only get to talk about the shit that you are upset about. And I gave her the example. I was like, let's say you was complaining about he don't take out the trash, right? In
Right.
your head, you think that I should only address the trash and that's it. You should just start taking out the trash. I was like, but the
Mm-hmm.
other side of that is he goes to bed before you and you clean the kitchen after he goes to bed and you throwing away additional trash and shit. So now the trash is full. And now you
Mm-hmm.
upset that the trash ain't taken out. So he's telling you, hey, what I need from you is to clean the kitchen before I go to bed and make sure everything you're going to throw away is thrown away so that I can facilitate that thing that you're asking me for.
Okay, because
Right?
I was getting ready to disagree with you. I was getting because that's gaslighting. You generally speaking, you shouldn't bring up something that somebody else is doing when somebody's telling you about you. If I'm
But
telling you, if somebody's telling me about the trash and the fact that I don't take out the trash, I'm not going to talk about why she don't keep her car clean, or
right, but
why the
so here's where I
bathtub ain't
disagree
clean.
with that,
But
Chad. I disagree.
what? No, I hear you. Let me finish.
I,
So
mhm.
generally speaking, that's saying, oh, I'm fucked up. Okay, well, I don't want. That's what misery. That's where misery loves company comes in. It's like, yo, why? Instead of me being wrong all by myself, I want you to be wrong with me, and I'm gonna bring up something that I didn't even decide to bring up until you telling me about me. So now,
But
what you telling
but I
me?
think you should be able to do that though.
No,
No,
but
it's
And
a
that that
deflection. It doesn't solve any
no,
problems.
no. But let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. It's deflection and gaslighting in the sense of I'm just gonna completely ignore what the fuck you talking about, and I'm gonna bring up some
Yeah.
shit about you. To me, that's gaslighting, right?
but you
If,
For
should.
if
me though, but no. But what I'm saying is this. Sure, if you bring it up, I'll use the trash thing. If you bring it up, I hate when you don't take out the trash. I'm
Right.
gonna okay. If I receive that, you know what? Cool. But now since we're having a conversation,
No, it don't
let
go
me
like
also
that,
bring
Jay. No,
no,
let's talk
no, no,
in
no, no. But
reality. Don't.
no,
That's fan.
no,
You
no, no.
talk. You
Listen,
creating
it just
fantasy talk. Oh, thank you. Okay,
bro.
thank you for
Let
telling
me
me about the
finish.
trash
No,
can.
no.
Now let me show you
Listen,
about something you do. That's bullshit, Jay. That's
no,
not even
nah,
reality.
nah.
it,
First, one, you gotta let me finish what I'm talking about.
All right, go
So,
ahead.
one, yeah, it doesn't go like that. I'm saying it should go like that. No, it don't go like that. You see what I'm saying? But we think that just because someone started the conversation, that the conversation should stay there. I might have whatever reason that I didn't bring up my problem with you. It doesn't mean that the problem doesn't exist. But now here's a platform and a safe space to do it if we gonna have an exchange, and we should be able to have an exchange. It's not about me ignoring what you say. It's like, hey, let me hear you. Okay, and I also need you to hear me. You feel me? Like the conversation has to start somewhere.
it's. Let
So
me say this. It's how. See, as a man, you got to be able to control the situation, and you can control the situation by keeping your composure and staying real calm and not reacting. Because you could say, as soon as they say something to you, you could just say, "Well, what about this? What about that?" That's the wrong way to handle it. If you would just
Which is
act
that
like,
how it
I agree.
happens 90% of the
but,
time.
yeah,
That's
Yeah,
99% of the situation.
but if you can
Because
keep your
yeah,
composure, let me finish. If you can keep your composure and like, wow, like you would do in a sales situation. I understand how you feel. You know something? I'm just totally not even aware that this was bothering you that much. I'm going to make a conscious effort, to make sure this trash gets out on time and everything. In fact,
Okay.
my bad. You're right. That should have been done. And
Yep.
since we're on this topic, your car is fucked up and dirty. Whatever you want to address is how you handle it. You got to keep your composure because they
hmm
needle at you. You react, and you could be tired. They can catch you right at the wrong time, and it's hard not to snap. But I've
yeah,
learned If just keeping my composure and trying to hear
I'm
them
done.
out, even though how much it fucking bothers me, the bullshit that they're saying, and just and agree with them, then bring up something that I don't like. It's how you handle it.
Yeah,
So now
100,
here's the
100.
thing. So I hear what you guys are saying, and that makes for a great movie. I could write that in the script, because the reality is this: it doesn't happen that way ever, and I don't think anybody could come up with a situation where they've seen that happen in real life, because the person that you just described, SB, and the person that Jason is in the situation that Jason is paint the picture that Jason is painting, where the person that you described, SB, is in that picture. He wouldn't have allowed the car to be fucked up and not mentioned until somebody told him about the trash. Somebody with that kind of rationale, cool, calm, and collectiveness and disposition isn't the type of person that would suddenly remember that somebody's car is fucking dirty when somebody's telling him about the trash. That guy or woman, but in our situation, guy, would have told her about the car a long time ago. So that's the difference. I see where I get where it should be perfect and it should be somebody telling you about the trash. Thank you. I appreciate you letting me know that I didn't take out the trash. I didn't catch that. I didn't realize that I was being absent-minded about that. I'll make sure that you don't have that anymore. Oh, and by the way, let me tell you about something. That person wouldn't have had to wait till that moment to tell them about it. That person would have been somebody with that kind of cool, calm, and with that kind
But
of
if we're talking about
disposition would have
reality,
said
right?
something a long time ago. Yep. That's all.
But
You know what?
if we're
It,
talking
it,
about
it,
it.
it, all,
if
it all depends on how. If you've got a cool relationship with somebody and you guys can talk to each other and not at each other, because if somebody snaps at you, you know it's easier to snap back, and it's how they talk to you. If someone can talk to you calmly and say, "Hey, baby, you know the thing and that and the other," I mean, I would think the trash is there and I'm fucking laying down. I'm tired. Go take the goddamn trash out. What's the big deal? But it's how they talk to you. And if you establish ground rules of how you talk to each other, and then it's easier to receive it when someone's talking to you in a nice voice. If someone's snapping at you and everything, it's easier to snap back.
Fight. You ready to
but here's
fight.
but here's the thing, Shan. I'm gonna speak to Shan's point about what that guy would have done. I agree. That guy probably would have said it a long time ago. But here's the question: do you think that woman that we talking about would have listened to him when he said it?
Well, it depends on the woman.
But the same example depends on the guy. Majority of the time, if we're talking how shit really plays out, yeah, he done told her about the car being fucked up, and she ignored that shit. That lack of accountability that we've been talking about. So yeah, he bring it up again when she's bringing up shit. Like, I've been told you about the car. So it's like,
then he's gaslighting. Now he's gonna bring it up again or something that he's already talked about.
But how was that gaslight if I've already told you and you didn't listen to everything else? So because of
the timing.
I always got
a
to
question.
hear.
Don't ask me multiple questions. Don't stack them up. I'm
gonna paint the scenario and then respond. So what I'm saying is this: if I've said it already, you ignore it and everything else. Now you get to bring up all my bullshit all the time, and I'm supposed to just listen, but we can never address your shit as well. At what point?
Don't exaggerate. Because I'm exaggerating.
I'm not. That's far from an exaggeration.
Well, you bring up all my bullshit and all the time. Don't do that. Just speak about this situation. So we're talking about
but that is the situation. That's the situation because that's some shit that I would say. Because I dealt with the shit.
Then it sounds like you sound like you like to argue. You sound like the kind of nigga that like to argue with his woman. I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you what it sounds like.
It sounds like a nigga that I get tired of hearing shit all the time. But when we bring up your shit, we can never talk about that. There's always an excuse, justification, or lack of accountability.
And this is where SB and I was talking about men earlier and how we're kind of logical. Nobody should be bringing up your shit all the time. Like if you're that guy,
they do.
If no, they don't. If you don't get, nobody can shoot you if you don't give them any ammunition. So
Sandy, you know who you and I are. We the same nigga, damn near.
Right. But Jason, at the same time, the women in my life, and you could ask any of them, they could never come up with something that they have to tell me more than once. That in fact, that frustrates them. That's why they think
and the ones for me can never come up with.
I'm a know-it-all. I'm always right.
Yeah.
I'm always telling them about them. And I say, well, damn, tell me about me. And then they go silent for 5 minutes. And I say, what? I'm not 5. They go silent. And I'm like, well, where's it at? I'm all ears.
Exactly.
You know why? It's because the last time you told me about the toilet being up, the last time you told me about not putting the peanut butter away, the last time you told me about the drawers I left on the floor, you didn't see it no more. And I fixed it. And so I fix all my problems because I look at my, once you tell me about me, I look at myself and I say, damn, that's disrespectful. I'm being selfish. I'm not considering other people. Let me make sure I fix that. And then they don't get to bring that up anymore. So when I first,
No,
so now
so
when I tell
go
them
ahead.
about
Let
the
him
dirty
finish. Let
ass
him
car,
finish.
when I
Right.
tell them about this dirty ass car, they can't come back and tell me about something that I've already corrected. Now, if I continue to be a problem, then you
Uh,
got two problematic people.
you're almost too perfect for them, and they're frustrated.
Right.
They want somebody
Right. But
with
see,
some
here's the
claws
shit.
to pick
Yeah.
at.
Yeah. What me is
They
some
get,
shit.
they get
One.
off, they
Yeah.
get
What
off,
me
they
is
get
some
off
shit that's
on
not even no
opinion
shit.
nagging. Oh shit, that's funny.
You know what I'm
That's
saying? Because Shan, what you're saying is you the dude that actually didn't take out the trash, right? I'm the dude
Okay.
that's like, look, the example that I gave, I'm like, hey, it's not getting done because this is what's occurring. So you're not gonna put some shit on me that's actually
That's
you or that's
different.
not
No, but
actually
see, that's
occurring.
different. That
It
was the
is.
relationship. So that's a different situation. Now, with the what you described earlier, where the trash wasn't being taken out, but she's making more trash after he takes it out, and it doesn't make any sense. That's the brother using logic. Like, why would I take out the trash if you're gonna make some
And
more
that's
trash?
me.
No, I get that.
That's
That's not. Listen, hear me out. That situation makes sense. That means he consciously didn't take out the trash because he was being more efficient. And so he's letting her know, but if you want me to take out the trash like you're complaining about right now, it's incumbent upon you to make sure you do these goddamn dishes. Do these dishes first, have the kitchen clean. The trash is the last thing that goes out. And then if
So-
I'm not doing that after you do everything that you're doing, then that's cool. That's not gaslighting. I'm talking about the trash is being discussed, and then that's it. And then somebody says, let me figure out something to say about you. You didn't come home last night at 7:30 like you said. It's like, what the fuck that got to do with the trash? I'm talking to you about the trash right now. You should be, that's our discussion, is the trash. Why are you bringing up the fact that I came home late at 7:30 when I said I was going to be home at 7? Because
Right.
why
Shit,
not?
so-
This is a perfect safe space to do it. Nah, that's not a space. That's creating a
Well-
hostile space. In my
Because it was
opinion, that's why people
7:30 in
shouldn't
the
do
How
that.
morning. Because you came home
how
at
come-
7:30 in the morning, not 7:30 at night.
So yeah,
So-
man,
Right.
you know, so I hear what you're saying, Jake. And so there's two scenarios. One scenario is it requires the other one to make sense. You got to do the dishes if you want me to take out the trash. That right there, I'm glad you told her that, because that lets her know that there's things that she needs to do in order for these things to take place. I get that. I'm in agreement there. Where I'm saying that people shouldn't bring up other things. Like, say for instance, somebody tells me, Shan, you didn't take out the trash, and you've been promising that you're going to do that, and now it's overflowing. You got eggshells on the ground. It's all a big old mess, and all you got to do is take it outside. If I'm the kind of guy that says, damn, that is fucked up trash, I'm sorry, I should. You won't see that no more. I'll make a conscious effort to do that. In the discussion, I'm not bringing up nothing else, even though I know that car is fucked up. Because
That's
one,
probably the
more
better,
often than not,
that's probably the better way instead of being tit for tat. That's a little
of course
petty.
it is. Because
So-
anything else is
so
just
let me
it's causing
let me
dissension.
interject.
One,
And
I
it's her,
probably
and
already
it's
told her
her
about
car.
that car.
It's her car. She's got it right in it. My car's clean.
So
Right. Sure, we're trying to get something in real quick.
Let me say something. Can y'all hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So why she can't take the damn trash out before she start washing the dishes?
I mean, there's that.
Okay. So who saw it filling up first? If she see it filling up, can't she just take the damn trash out herself?
That's
Logically,
Tired of
yeah,
all
but we
this,
talk
the
about
man gotta
typical
do
gender
this.
roles.
Shub, you got but
Yeah, no,
and
no, no,
also
no. Hold on.
say she always does it. Say, sometimes people get fed up. So I mean,
Okay,
we
yeah,
just
that's
coming.
understandable.
Okay.
Yeah,
You know-
that's not even an argument. I get it. Okay, so like the certain person's role. What you talk about? There's no role given to anyone to do anything, because what happens when you were single, you was doing all that shit yourself. You know what I'm saying? Now we a team. You understand what I'm saying? Like, okay, so if you was taking out the trash before, what makes you think just because I'm in a relationship that's my job now? It's not my job now. It's our job now. You understand what I'm saying? So instead
No, that
of
makes sense.
2 pair of hands, you got 4 pairs of hands. So that's the thing. the
Right,
problem
but
I
that
have with
goes to
some of
that
these women,
entitlement
they
thing I was talking about.
Exactly.
Because
They
I'm
they come into. Go ahead, Jeff.
No. Go ahead, shoot. Go ahead and finish.
No, they come when we're talking about expectation kind of stuff. The women never
Yeah.
ask, or the women that want these type of men, 6 figures and all that stuff. Have you even asked a 6 figure man what do they want? What are they looking for in a woman where you thinking that you have what they want, but you're not offering anything? You
Men are
understand what I'm
pretty.
saying?
Men,
When those,
men are pretty.
when
Men
those
are
look,
pretty simple.
yeah,
And
I
you
know.
know what's crazy?
Most men are pretty simple once they've landed
Yeah,
us. Is
Yeah.
that
oh
you?
I
yeah,
had
Yeah,
this.
about
I get
95%
it.
of us. Super simple.
I had
It's
this
belly full.
conversation.
It's belly full, balls empty, and don't talk too much. And
Right.
most
Hmm.
of us can deal.
Yeah.
So
Oh
the
yeah.
crazy part, I
Oh
was
yeah.
having a conversation with some
You see.
chicks at work, right?
Hmm.
And there was this
Uh huh.
meme that was out. It was like it said 4 things a woman should never have to touch, and it was some
Okay, which
bills,
is
a gas pump,
Yeah,
Jesus.
right, Bill.
a trash can, and like a door, right? And I was like,
Shannon, you should
okay,
have tipped
bet.
over backwards in your chair.
Right. So look. So
That's
then I asked her, I
hilarious.
was like, okay, I was like, now name me 4 things a man should never have to touch. And they couldn't do it. And I was like, because understand this, I was like, we always talk about these shared gender roles. And when we talk about shared gender roles, we're never talking about men's gender roles. We're only talking about women's.
One
We
sided.
don't never talk about help, like, because when you say if we go 50-50 on the bills, then everyone's talking about, oh well, that's a roommate, you ain't got a man. You see what I'm saying? We're not talking about both taking out the trash. We're not, you ain't going outside mowing the lawn and fixing shit. But when we talk about cooking, when we talk about cleaning up the house, when we talk about like anything that's a traditional female gender role, that's when we talk about sharing shit. You see what I'm
Well,
saying?
you know
It's
they
Hey,
have
just
these.
if
You know they have these
if
conversations on big panels on YouTube every day, all day long.
mm-hmm.
You to build your channel. You might want to start circulating in some of these places, and
Hmm.
and speak your opinion, and that's how you get a following.
Send
That's
me
how you
some
get
links, SB.
a following of new people. No, it's the manosphere. You got dudes. You got a group of
I don't know.
incels.
I've never heard
No,
of the
I'm telling
manosphere
you.
until you mentioned it today.
I'm telling you, the Kevin Samuels came from the manosphere. He sprung from the manosphere and broke
Okay.
out with his shit.
All right.
It's a number of people, and there's different groups and age tiers. There's a group of incels that say fuck women. I don't want to deal with women at all because I didn't win the genetic lottery. 80% of the guy, 20% of the guys get 80% of the pussy, and I'm not into it, and I'll just never get any pussy. Those are the incels. Then you got like the MGTOWs, and then go there with no, it's fucking Larry. I'm like, you guys can't be fucking serious. I said,
Yeah, I know about the
you know,
MGTOW.
all right, there's like the MGTOW groups, and then there's the SYB, Save Yourself Black Man. It's like, don't fuck with these black bitches and these single mothers, and they go ham. They go ham. Then there's the passport dudes. No man, these two motherfuckers go through changes behind relationships and shit. And then you got
Yeah.
Shannon,
you got,
you want to date out your race, bro.
Bruh, I'm twice married, twice divorced. I know. And
right. No,
Barzini knows the details. So
but
y'all,
Mm-hmm.
shit.
Shannon,
Yeah.
I get it, man. Send me some links,
Folks
SB. Hey.
I will.
But Shub, let me ask you this. When you
Yeah.
said instead of 2 hands, now there's 4. You've been doing it by yourself before you met me. Now it's twice of us. I don't know how your household is set up, but some households set up. They assign certain things. There's no, and under your roof, there's no assignments per se.
No, there's no
Like,
assignments. Okay, let me
There's
give
no
you an example.
assignments. Okay, that works better for
So
you.
let me
Okay.
let me give you an example. So I have daughters living in the house with me. Okay, they not boys, but you guys are learning to wash the dishes. Y'all take out the trash. They come outside and help me wash the car. You know what I'm saying? Or they wash it. I got the hose and just rinse it. Because when daddy ain't here or you ain't got no man around, you can be doing this too. So when you get a man, instead of you assigning him that role, which is not his role, we can get the soap. I can wash, you can rinse, and we can dry together. And
So you
going
teach
back to the
partnership.
lawnmower.
You
Right.
put a high emphasis on partnership across the board.
Exactly. And it doesn't matter women or man, this job needs to be done. It doesn't matter. You understand what I'm saying? So if we cutting lawn, that means if I'm cutting the grass, then wifey gonna have a rake. We gonna rake these leaves together, and she gonna hold the bag, and I'm gonna bag it. You understand what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
that's a partnership. Don't have
that's
me sweating out here, busting 3 and 4 cars and washing, and you just chilling in the air condition. No, come
Yeah.
out here, and that's quality time together. I can spray you and hit you with some water on accident. we can laugh and joke. You understand what I'm saying? That's real shit. It sounds like a
That,
movie, but it's real shit.
No,
that's the
no, it
kind of
makes perfect
household I
sense.
grew up in.
That's a
We had
montage.
chores. We had chores. We had to
And
do things as kids. And these kids
yeah,
today, or the ones that have come up, the millennials, they never had any chores. They were completely spoiled. They don't know how to do a damn thing. They don't know how to
well,
do a damn thing. But we had chores. We had things that we had to do.
right,
We're
SB.
all we also go ahead.
you know how we counsel that is because when we were growing up, we said that we don't want our kids doing the same thing. I want to provide for my kids the same what I didn't have. Well, what we took out is earning something. We
Right,
give it to them for free. I don't give
right.
my kids anything for free. Anything. I'm old school with that. They have to earn everything. They say,
You're
"Oh,
you're
Dad, can I have this?" I look at you like you crazy. What have you done around here?
you're building a more responsible adult. You're building
Yeah,
someone that can transfer into adult instead of a 35-year-old kid with
yeah.
entitlement issues
Yeah,
and
man.
not willing to put in any work. So
hmm
So
you're
let me
more.
ask you this question. Like, how much onus do we put on fathers raising daughters to what we deal with as men in dating today? Because a lot of them it's like, oh well, my daddy did this, my daddy did that. And I'm not saying like don't do for your daughter. Like any man would want, you know what I'm saying, to take care of his daughter, of course. But I mean, at what's the line? You know what I'm saying? Because on the flip side, you know, I hear women complain all the time about how dudes are, and then I look at how you raise your son, and I'm like, you're not raising the kind of nigga that you would date. It's like you raising a mama's boy, and then you complain about niggas you date being mama's boys.
But
You know what I'm saying? There's
wait, you mean
old
fathers are
Right.
raising weak men, Jay, or are you talking about women?
no 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 no
No,
no
he's
no. I
talking
was
about
asking the
women.
inverse. As far as I'm saying, it's like as far as fathers, how much onus do we put on fathers as to the way that women think, as far as what men are supposed to do for them?
Oh, okay.
Okay, so let me answer that. So the example that I said in my household with my daughters is that okay. So one of my daughters were domestic violence abused. So
Mhm.
he got arrested and he was up out of there. But the thing is that I asked my daughters that are older, I said, yo, have you ever seen me lift my hand to your mother? Have you ever seen me in a huge argument or raising my voice to your mom? The answer is no. So I set an example of what a man and how a man should function in a relationship, a healthy relationship. So you have your example. Now, you know what they're gonna do. They're gonna go with the opposite. The knucklehead, the not the bookworm, they're gonna go with the street dude and all this stuff. It doesn't matter what you show them, what they tell them, because they always think they're gonna be right. They have to experience life. And by experiences, we either correct it or we keep on gravitate to the same thing.
Mm.
Which there's no right or wrong answer. There's no way to figure out why did someone continue the same path, get to having the same results. But they can see by example that what I'm in my household is that how a man should treat a woman.
Mhm.
You know
So
what
I
I'm
mean,
saying?
so I'm talking about the ones that didn't get what you teaching your daughters right now. I'm talking about the women we date now. Oh, well, you supposed to do this. You the man. You supposed to do this because my daddy said this, and you supposed to. You know what I'm saying? Like everything is on the dude, while you sitting back, like you said earlier, you're sitting under some air conditioning, sipping mimosas and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you have to correct the
That's
behavior. If the behavior is not correctable, then you got to roll out because
right. So,
you're
so
gonna
my,
spend
my
a
but
lot.
my question is, how
Mhm.
much onus are we putting on their fathers for this type of teaching? Like, is the mom's like, where is it coming from? Because it's ingrained.
It's ingrained by other women telling women what a man should do, and that's
Hmm.
coming
It's
from single women. You understand
society.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of
Mm-hmm.
single women are what you saying, attaining other single women instead
Hmm.
of getting advice or seeing what a healthy relationship looks like. So that's
Yeah.
generational, yeah, and
Yeah.
that's hard to break. So you're gonna have to unlearn the things that you've been taught, and it's scary when someone let go of what they know or what they've been taught or heard or seen for so long. And that's the
Hmm.
problem with our generation, and this is where
Yeah.
we at right now, having these type of talks.
Everybody crazy
Right.
today. I don't
Yeah.
care.
Now,
Hmm.
in fairness, the
They all
same thing
crazy,
happens to dudes because I
especially the good
know
looking
there's
ones.
some
Hmm.
unlearning that I got to do with my pops. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Because he had a traumatic ass marriage, And so that's all I saw. So most of my dating life, I've been on the defensive. You know what I mean? Like, nah, I'm not dealing with that bullshit. But then I came to a revelation. I remember, and I'll never forget, my pops told me one time, it's like, son, when you get married, some days you just need to grab your keys and leave the house and don't tell her where you're going. And pops was like,
What?
Well, you
God to
can't do
me.
that. You can't do that though.
No.
B.
You know, I get
Because
no. Yeah, no. I get you. Let me finish though. So when he said it, I was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm the man. And so some years passed, and I really thought about that statement, and I was like, on its face, I should be able to do that. You know what I'm saying, with no problems. But the question is, why would I want to be with somebody that I got to do that with? You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
And so it's like, if I can't be with somebody who I can tell where I'm going without like drama and shit, you like you just said, I shouldn't be with her. You know what I mean? And so it's about a trigger of mine is for a woman to call me and the first thing out of her mouth is, where you at? It's a trigger, right? Because it's rooted in insecurity for me, from
Right.
my
So
past
wait,
experience.
who's insecurity?
That's
Hers
not
or yours?
hers. You know what I'm saying? That was like based on my last relationship. Now that's not every woman. So it's like now I could be dealing with a woman and she can ask me that, and she's just genuinely asking as a question. Like there's nothing attached
Right.
to it. No, not are you with that bitch? Not no tasks that she needs. She's just, where are you? And I gotta really pause and like treat her like an individual because she's not,
Right.
Uh-oh, we lost him. We
Be gone.
lost the connection. He'll be back. Battery probably died on him. Yeah, man.
So, yeah,
You know,
man.
guys,
It's
the question is, why are the cute ones crazy? Why
the
are the
cute one's crazy because
You know,
And I'm
I
scared
think
of
you
crazy
explained it.
women. I'm scared of. I'm definitely afraid of. I'm definitely afraid of crazy women.
You know, you got a lot of instability. You have a lot of mental instability, specifically.
hey Shan,
You have a lot of yeah. Go ahead.
hey, I dated crazy. You know the story on 81st Street,
Yeah.
right? Okay, so I had PTSD, bro. Like
Oh,
every time,
no, that's real.
every time I seen the car that she drove, the type of car she drove, my heart
Anxiety
started
attacks.
pounding like, oh shit, this may be her. You know what I'm saying? No, serious shit. That was a nightmare. That out of 47 years of my life, from the day I first started dating women to her, she was the worst relationship I ever had in my entire life.
That's crazy.
That shit crazy.
That shit's crazy.
In my
That's crazy,
entire life, no matter what I've experienced from any other woman, she was the worst one I've ever experienced.
It
How
was
long
cute.
did it last?
It
Cute.
lasts less than a year. What's up, man?
Right.
She was
Less
cute.
than a year.
She was good looking.
She was cute. She was good looking. Lazy
Boy.
as shit. The thing that she portrayed in Facebook and Instagram, you would think she got a place on a hill in a penthouse, but broke
know.
as a joke.
I know.
It's all a front. And people believe in that front, but they don't know what's behind that camera. That's really behind those words, which I've experienced. And I'll look at it, I'm like, huh? Y'all crazy. Y'all being suckered. And that's a lot of that's going on right here.
And
Los
you know what's
Santos
even
is
worse?
a,
And that was what? That was about that was 7-8 years ago, Shu. Now imagine
Yeah.
the proliferation of the internet and social media and how it's gone today. You know, that was
Mhm.
before live, and that was before, these great cameras and all these. So now
Mhm.
you got people out there faking the funk. Bro.
Hey, it's a
and-
mutual friend of ours. It's a mutual friend of ours hit me up in Messenger yesterday and said,
Mhm.
"Hey, yo, man, I finally broke free. I slipped back and forth once or twice, but now I'm about to get married to a Latina woman." You know who that is?
No, I don't know who said that.
It starts with
No, I
an
don't.
E. His name starts
Ah.
with an E. You know what I'm talking
Real?
about?
I think I know, but I didn't know he's getting married to a Latina.
So the second letter is L. So you know what
I
I'm
know what
talking
you're
about, right?
talking about. Okay, damn.
Yeah, he just hit me
Man.
up.
That is wild. But look, probably the same similar story,
Same
if
thing.
not
We talked
worse.
about it.
If
Same
not
thing.
worse.
The dude, he
Because
looked
he was
when I seen
mad. He
him.
was mad because I didn't say nothing when that started years ago, and I was just like, you know what? Because I was still kind of like you know what? Let me just stay in my lane. I don't even want to talk about it because I remember me and you had a kind of little problem because of that when I said that one thing on your post, and so I was just
Yeah,
like, okay, I ain't gonna say nothing to nobody no more about nothing. You know, even when I'm thinking I'm helping, I may be hurting. So let me just stay in my lane and let karma and the universe work shit out. But it always works out the same, man. It works out the same.
Yeah, man.
So
And so
yeah, man. There's
when I seen
crazy.
him, when hold on for a second, when I was doing the assignment at the station, right?
Yeah.
I seen him. He looked way different than what you would think we saw him before, like drained. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And bro, I was like, he said, man, I can't. This woman is crazy. I said, yeah, bro. I was trying to tell you when I saw you before. He said, yeah, man, but yeah, man, it's PTSD, bro. Trust me.
So yeah, you know, I think what's happening is the men identify, and I'm speaking for men and women as well. I'm sure women can. I'm not sure that women. I can't speak from a woman's point of view. I wish a woman would come on. You know, maybe Lady Steele, she can come on the live and give us her perspective from a woman's point of view. But
Yeah, I would love to hear that. Yeah.
but from a man's point of view, when it comes to women being a little wacky, we want the best in women. We want no, that's not what I was gonna say. What I was gonna say is I think what we do is we scoop up the good ones early. The good women are scooped up early because men can identify that good one, and that, you know, there's wifey material. You know how you know that term what we call SB and shoot, we call it wifey material. There's a you got that woman that you'll date, you got the chick that you'll just smash, you got the one that you'll have fun with, you got the friends that they stay in the friend zone, and then you got that one that's just wifey material. And I think wifey material is usually identified relatively early. It's usually identified real early, and then those women are scooped up as soon as possible. And so
They
then
do
you
certain.
get
They
You know
do
the mistake
certain
that we make
things.
though. Oh,
Take
what
them
do you
for
mean? What
granted.
do you mean they do certain things? What do you mean by that, SB?
Like they come over and they just start wiping off the counters and shit.
yeah. No, that's
Seriously,
real talk.
start,
Real talk. Real talk.
just start wiping off the counters without you asking them. And there's some couple of dishes in there. They do this and look in my refrigerator and everything. And like are you hungry? Or just start doing shit. Just start doing things like to
To
improve
help.
your house. Yeah, just start doing things.
They
You don't
fall
even have
into
to.
they
You don't
become a
even have to add.
helpmate.
They like to do it. They get off onto it. That's their role. That's why someone wipes them up because they're an asset. They're a real
That's because
asset.
it's generational talk. The
Yeah, and
culture.
it's not taught anymore. It's not taught anymore. And these women that you guys are talking about, they have daughters. They have daughters in their teens and in their 20s, and they picture them, and they're not teaching them that. They're teaching women to be independent, and you don't need a man. And
So now
get
you
your
meet them, and they lay up. You bring them over to the house. They get comfortable. They lay up. They walk over the fucking dirty, unvacuumed floor. They step over it. And it may take them 2-3 months before they ever vacuum a floor. But they help contribute for get fucked up. Or they watching you come home from a late, hard day at work,
exhausted.
and the kitchen is fucked up, or you horny as shit. And I mean, it could be a whole lot of different stuff, man. I don't know.
No,
Brothers.
no. You got to find somebody that's accommodating you, trying to make life easier. You shouldn't have to
Let
go
me.
out there and battle in the real world to earn a living and
Mm-hmm.
everything that you got to deal with. When you come home, it should be your oasis. Your no fire
Yep.
zone, your peaceful zone where you can rejuvenate and chill to get back
Mm-hmm.
out there and do your thing. And when you're with a woman that recognizes that, and she sees the benefits of when you're functioning properly, or functioning on hitting all cylinders and everything, and she benefits as well because rising tide brings up all boats. The person that I had that with was with a illegal immigrant, and that's not the way I thought of her. She was a woman. She just happened to not
Mhm.
have that from El Salvador. She
Mhm.
knew what to do. She knew what to do without asking her anything. She cooked every
Hmm.
night. Did meal planning. Worked. Um, was cool. That lasted about 5 6 years, and then it was me that tried to sabotage it at the end because I was like 7 years. I probably should have stayed with her because 7 years. I'm like, oh wow, it's the same as being married and everything. It's it's the same as being married legally. Legally,
Yeah.
and yeah.
All right, so we got a
So let
question.
me
We got a
let me.
question. So listen. So what are the
Okay.
red flags you guys ignored? What are the red flags that are usually ignored? How do you get bamboozled? These are questions that he has to ask himself. What is there that men should look out for early on and just run? Just like, you know what?
When
No matter how fine she is, no matter how fine she is, she could be fine with the fattest ass and look good in the dress and all of that.
Mm.
But what should you do? What do you need to see to make you that a person should just run?
There's a
plenty of
number of
those like
things.
that.
A woman, a
So
woman that doesn't have any girlfriends. It says most of her friends are men because she doesn't get along with women.
Oh,
A woman that tells you about her past relationships and how she's cheated, and how she's cheated and everything, and she usually have a reason. She's gonna cheat on you if you get with her. Somebody
okay.
that just really
Wait. Let's go slow because this is good information.
go
So
ahead.
one is you're saying a woman who doesn't have any friends. Like there's no like
Female,
other women
female
like
sex.
her females don't even hang out with her. She doesn't even have that many homegirls. It's not like, and then the few that she do have, she's fighting with them or arguing with them over something that she can't even keep a friend, right?
Right.
And then maybe the three that she has are lifelong and they only there because they day ones, but they don't even really hang out. She's just a straight up, nobody even wants to hang out with her. That's a red flag,
Right.
ladies and gentlemen. The other one you're saying, SB, is
I lost my train of thought too.
no, well, yeah, I know it
so
was
he
no
said
friends. And then what was the other one?
no. He said that a woman that has only friends, guys for friends,
Right. No, a woman that
and then
when you're talking, when you're getting to know them, I spent ever since I've been in my 30s, I spent a lot of time talking on the phone. I'm vetting,
Mm-hmm.
I want to get to know you before I even let you come over my house. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not trying to get tied. I'm from Los Angeles. I'm not trying to get tied up and kidnapped and jacked and whatever. So you got to be careful. But a woman that will tell you, and she'll just get to talking, and she'll tell a lot on herself. A woman who has a history of infidelity. You
Okay,
know.
so
oh
that was
yeah,
the
yeah,
second one that you said. You said it was a woman
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
that would
and
tell
then
you
but she
about her
tells you
past relationships and that she
right. You don't even
cheated.
want
You
to know.
said, now
You
watch out
shouldn't
for
even know
that.
about. Well, not they're telling you about your past relationship because you want to listen. Well, guys, especially if she's had a ton of 20 or 50, but when she tells you how she cheated in that relationship,
Mm.
Ah,
she tell you how she treated, or a woman. There are women that will talk, and if they start feeling comfortable with you, they'll tell you about how promiscuous they are.
Yep.
And you might still want to fuck them and everything, but they're giving you red flags that this is the one not to take too serious, and it doesn't have that much to do with you. It's just who they are.
got
But
it.
You're not.
remember, you can't change who people are.
No,
So no.
no.
So they're gonna always be whatever you see is that's what they're gonna be. You can only the person can only cage themselves up mentally and physically for so long until they're not able to hold that anymore, and then you will see what's the real
Usually,
person is.
the facade usually lasts about six
Right,
weeks,
right.
about
Or
So
until
six
you
eight
marry him,
weeks.
or it lasts until you marry him, and then
Oh,
next thing you know,
and then booyah.
then
So
booyah. You be like, well, who the fuck are you, and where did you come from?
right. What happened? Bring so and so back.
Where did you come from?
mhm.
Where's the motherfucker I married? because
Right, where?
I never met you before.
Relationships is a relationship should be an addition, not a subtraction. Any minus sign or subtraction you get, you need to be out. I formulated 3 questions. I think I told you about this, Shan, before. It's 3 questions that I formulated in the years of me dating. If all these questions are not answered yes, you're not with the right person. You need to bounce immediately.
All right, lay it
The
on me.
first
Man, that's
question is
easier
the
said than
first
done when the
question.
sex is good.
No, even man, look. The last thing that we get rid of when ending a relationship is the sexual part. That's why you have all these tires and windows being busted out, people popping up at your house. Once you're able to mentally let go of that, you can leave anybody, no matter what she looked like or how the sex was. Trust me when I tell you. So the 3 questions is number one, can you see yourself with the person just like they are for the rest of your life? The second one, can you see them? Can you see yourself with this person just like they are for the rest of your life, being married to them? The third question is having the data that you've collected with knowing who they are right now. Are you able to project yourself on your last breath and say, no matter the ups and downs, we had a good run? If any one of those questions is no, you're with the wrong person. You need to bounce. Go back and retrack your old relationships and ask you those 3 questions. Ask yourself those 3 questions. I guarantee you, none of them will be yes.
Got it.
SB gone?
Software. No, SB here. He here. Hold on 1 second. I'm just trying to figure this out. All right, cool. All right, so later, give it to us one more time. Shoot the 3 questions real quick. Question number 1 should be yes. What?
All the questions need to be yes. Any one of those questions is no, you need to bounce.
All right.
So first question is, can you see can you see yourself with this person just like they are for the rest of your life?
Just
That's
like
an
they
adjust-
currently are.
A relationship,
Okay.
right.
All right.
Because remember, they're not going to change.
Got
Second question is, can you see yourself with this person for the rest of your life, being married to them? Right?
Okay.
Okay. Number 3 is projecting with the data that you've collected, knowing this person and who they are, and they're not going to change. Can you futurely project for what you see, taking your last breath, saying, I had a good run with this person?
Oh.
If you say no to any of those questions, you're in the wrong relationship. And use those formula to go back to your past relationships, and I guarantee you one of them will be no. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah. One of them would be always. One is always no. Can you see yourself with this person as they are for the rest of your life? Can you see this person as they are and married to them for the rest of your life? Ooh. Most people won't even get to number 3. Shit, most people won't get past number 1. I appreciate you guys. SB, you there? Oh, SB had to step out. Today, I always expect these podcasts, the early ones that I'm starting off, to go 30 minutes. Right now, it looks like we're an hour and 40 minutes in. The conversations just get too good, and they're going to get better. So I hope you guys are subscribing, following the channel. That's the support that we need so we can grow. Today's question was, why are the cute ones crazy? Why do the better looking human beings seem to be the craziest, most mentally unstable human beings there is? It just seems to be the case, and a lot of us are trying to deal with people who are somewhat inconsistent. They don't do what they say they're gonna do. They don't, even put in the effort. It's a lot. Effort means a lot to a lot of people, and a lot of people don't. I think I'm gonna do on my other podcast, Raw Wisdom. I think I'm gonna give a blurb on effort and on apology language, because a lot of people don't even care to apologize to people, right? And they certainly don't like to put in a lot of effort. But then all that adds up to crazy. All that adds up to is people who are out there who think that they're something that they're not. and that's just unfortunate. I appreciate my guests. I had Barzini, my guy SB, my man Shuby on. Shub, we see the camera. There you go.
Yeah, I'm back.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, man, I'm wrapping it up. I was only supposed to go 30 minutes. I'll be wanting to do these podcasts for short, like quick, get in and get out. I don't want them to go damn near 2 hours, but it happens.
But you can't, man. You can't. It's thick.
Yeah. I appreciate you. I want you guys to tune in. I'm going to be back tomorrow. I don't know what tomorrow's topic is going to be. In fact, this is supposed to be a 1 day a week podcast, but I may end up doing it daily if it doesn't, take too much away from my actual day job, which is fashion. So I think that's it, man. Shoot, you want to give any closing words?
Well, I'm on camera now, brother.
Oh,
so closing words is look, everybody got to do their part to add to a relationship and not subtract. You got to stop the complaining, because if you're in there and you see it first, lend a helping hand. You know what I'm saying? And be a unit, not being a couple and still being single. You can't live a single life being in a relationship. It doesn't work.
Right.
So with that, I just want to say I love y'all women. And it goes, it may seem like we beating up on y'all because it's men talking here, but we would love to hear from the women too. And, we got to come together and agree on something, because if not, then we're going to be at a loss of like Kevin Samuels. That's his name, Kevin Samuels?
Yeah, Kevin.
He said, you're going to die alone and with a dog. You know what I'm saying? Women
Kevin is savage.
alone.
Kevin goes savage on him. Kevin is, Kevin, and he a Nupe. Yeah, Kevin a Nupe. So he be going. He had a big bad rap at first, but what happened was he had, with that first video, You're Average at Best. That's the one that made him real famous. The video that he did of that one woman that's average at best. But a lot of people don't understand that he was hard on men. He was the image consultant, and he was going hard on men the same way he was doing women for the first 3 years. He just switched to women because that's making him popular. And women are affected and are more emotional than men. Men were just taking it, saying, all right, cool, I guess I got to go get better. He tell a man, you're overweight. You need to make more money. You need to get your hair cut. You need to start dressing better. Brothers was like, all right, cool, man. All right, let me go step up my game. The moment he started telling women the same thing, they were like, what? Oh, you can't tell me that. And that shit went viral. So that's how he was like, oh, okay, well, let me show you exactly what I'm going to tell you. So Kevin, he be cutting them hard. But what's interesting is a lot of women are listening to what he's saying and not necessarily how he's saying it. And they're listening to the content. And with the content, they're starting to agree a lot more. And so we'll see how that goes, man. He's doing really well. Hopefully one day I can get him on my show. I don't know. Maybe, well, hopefully he'll be able to come on my show one day. But all right, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah. For
all right,
sure.
Shub Daddy. We're gonna log out, man. I appreciate you.
Okay, man.
I know you at work, so we're gonna break out.
Yeah, I'm about to get
I know
off
you
work
on
right
the
now.
line. And we'll talk. I'll give you a call, Shub. We'll talk later.
Okay, we'll do.
Yeah,
all right.
Good show, good topic. I'm trying to think of where you should go. Or you should just come on the panel. I don't know how to send you. I don't know how would I send you a link. How would I send you a link?
No, just email it to me or send it or DM me. It's, you can DM me the link. It doesn't matter.
Here, give me an email address for you.
Shannon at shannonrawls.com.
That's easy enough.
Super.
Yeah, no, that way, when you speak, people will sub to you. Shannon at Shannon Raw. And then you speak, people sub to you, and then you get an audience. I just started doing shows again because I got banned from YouTube. They kicked me off. They blocked my IP address and my MAC address, so I could use a different device. And I got tired of doing it. Man, I've been through some shit on here with them people, man. It's way. Kato was mean spirited, but it wasn't like people wasn't really pulling up on each other. Or everyone knew who each other was, so you getting doxxed wasn't a big deal, your name. But they dox you, they go after family members. It's pretty fucked up.
Oh, wow.
Pretty fucked up. But yeah, it's That's the net. That's what the net has turned into. Shannon@channelroz.com. It'll probably come from like a Mr. Beasley account. Real
All right,
good,
cool.
man. Good talking to you. Good topic. And
My man.
there-
Good to
there's
hear from you again.
yeah, and there's tons of people that are on this relationship stuff, man. And you make the circles. You can find what little area that you're comfortable in, and you'll fit right in. This brother's talking about, the different situations, and a lot of them are smart, and they're a bunch of different groups. Just you're in the right path talking about this stuff. You're talking about whatever you want to. Real good. Maybe you can help me with some of the basic tech shit with StreamYards, man. I'm not able to get the sound right. I don't know if you know about StreamYards.
Yeah,
Enough. I'll catch you later, man. All right.
All right, bro.
Talk to you. All right.
All right, guys. Appreciate you. We out. See you on the next pod. Back at the studio, not at my house.
Esa chica quiere selfie, selfie, ella quiere ver. Pa' que el jefe se dé cuenta que aquí perdió esa mujer. Lo que quiere es enloquecer, ser la mujer que él quería ver. Esa chica quiere selfie, selfie, que yo parezca en él. Como que ella quiere, disfruta la noche, lo anormal. Creo que el novio teme que su relación va a terminar. Se da cuenta que no necesita a alguien más. Quiere un selfie para su Instagram. Ella ya no quiere relación, alguien que diga su condición, que solamente le dé traición, para después llegar con un perdón. Quiere hangar y ser de esos pibis que goza la vida y lo hacen como esa chica quiere selfie, selfie, ella quiere ver. Para que el jefe se dé cuenta que aquí perdió esa mujer, perdió esa mujer. Lo que quiere es enloquecer, ser la mujer que él quería ver. Esa chica quiere selfie, selfie, que yo parezca en mí, que yo parezca en mí. No tiene sueños, solamente en sus sueños nos ponemos risueños con un norteño y mi flow brasileño. Yo te juro que es bueno, ya me doy el palo. Ese empate si lo desigualo. Le gusta lo nasty y lo malo. Me traje un regalo. Ella ya no quiere relación, alguien que diga su condición, que solamente le dé traición, para después llegar con un perdón. Quiere hangar y ser de esos pibis que goza la vida y lo hacen como esa chica quiere selfie, selfie, ella quiere ver, ella quiere ver. Para que el jefe se dé cuenta que aquí perdió esa mujer, perdió esa mujer. Lo que quiere es enloquecer, ser la mujer que él quería ver. Esa chica quiere selfie, selfie, que yo parezca en mí, que yo parezca en mí. Dime todo lo que ella quiere, nada ha sido regalado. Entre más independiente, más quiero estar a su lado. Esas nenas, mata, es que más. Ella está plena la noche entera. Esa chica quiere selfie, selfie, ella quiere ver, ella quiere ver. Para que el jefe se dé cuenta que aquí perdió esa mujer, perdió esa mujer. Lo que quiere es enloquecer, ser la mujer que él quería ver. Esa chica quiere selfie, selfie, que yo parezca en mí, que yo parezca